Hello, I'm on my way up to London now to a flat in which, large apartment in which Edwardian apartment, in which I carried out an EICR coming up to 2 years ago now. During the EICR, it highlighted low insulation resistance on a couple of the circuits, which were on a subboard, and later I discovered that a bath overflow had not been connected, and people that had been borrowing the flat just before I arrived had taken deep baths, which the owner never had. So I put that down to moisture, the low IR readings. Fast forward a couple of years later, and we've got nuisance tripping on that circuit. In fact, I don't think they can actually turn it on now. With them on the phone and the EICR in front of me, I directed them to the MCB that switches that circuit off. So I'm on my way up there now to go and fault find what's wrong with that circuit, because it's obviously something more than just moisture. The bath overflow's been corrected and it should be dry, so why this is happening, I don't know how long it's going to take me, but I've stopped on the way up. I'm near Guildford now for a coffee, and that's what we're on my way to. Can I pay for? You want to get one like this? Why's that? Well, this is quite an old one. I got it on YouTube.
I thought it was one of those ones that you can go underwater with it.
Yes, you can. Yeah, you can. Yeah. It's quite old though. I paid about 30 quid for it. No, eBay. This is quite an old one. Yeah. Can I pay for a coffee with a card?
Yes, of course you
I can. Can I have a decaffeinated Americano with milk? Small, please. And do you have granola bar?
Yeah.
I'll have a granola as well. Yeah, I'll have, but can it be blue top milk?
There's a granola bar.
Oh, thank you. Sort of warm, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that right? Well, here is the problem. So I'm going to start by taking the circuit out of this one and testing just this circuit. I think I'll also test the RCD and check that that's not tripping below its rated value, which is 30 milliamps, because it could be that that's faulty. I thought I'd show you the front of this building because it's quite an interesting one and quite pretty. So I've parked the van next door and I've taken all my kit up. This is the entrance. First test that it's all dead. So it's all dead. Right, what I've done is I've disconnected the circuit that is on the MCB that's tripping the system. I've accessed the three conductors, line, neutral and the circuit protective conductor, and I've joined them onto my tester such that the tester is measuring between line and circuit protective or earth, and I've got it on the high sensitivity ohmmeter setting at 15 milliamps, and it's showing 2.4 kilo ohms. 2.4 kilo ohms. That should be several mega ohms between earth and line. Between earth and neutral, I have 36.3 kilo ohms, but look what happens when I turn the light on in the loo, it goes down as you'd expect. So my problem here is the lack of insulation resistance between line and earth. Between neutral and earth, again, between neutral and earth I only have 2.2 kilo ohms between neutral and earth. So I'm going to have a little think about this one. So I'm going to get the ladder so I can get to the other fuse board. The problem being that I've discovered that the downstairs cloakroom of the main flat, where the lights aren't working, and I'd assumed were on the lighting circuit of the annex to the flat, which is the board we're looking at, the subboard, do not come on when I've disconnected the earth. So I've disconnected the earth on the subboard to prevent current leakage down the CPC, and that allows me to turn on lights that weren't working on the subboard. But the lights in the cloakroom are still not working, which tells me there's a second fault on another circuit on the main board. So whether that was affected by moisture, I mean, 2000 ohms, or what have we got? We've got 2000 ohms on it. I mean, there's a tenth of an amp going through it. So I've got 36 or 32,000 ohms between line and neutral, depending on whether the light switch is flicked on or off. And I've got 2,000 ohms between earth and line. Obviously, disconnecting the CPC has allowed me to just check what is on and what's not on, and turn everything off. And in fact, there was a cabinet light that was still turned on with a transformer. It seems to be a 12 volt because I can hear a buzzing sound, so that was actually on. I've now disconnected, I've gone through disconnecting one by one all the items from the earth from all the items and testing between earth and line, and I'm still getting 2 kilo ohms. The last item I've got to disconnect in turn is the main fluorescent for the shower area. If I'm disconnecting this CPC from that, I still get 2 kilo ohms, then the conclusion has to be that the wiring is duff somewhere, which isn't good news. Well, I've just positioned the ladder, and I've been up to the light, and I just want to show you, I don't know how to get the light off. That's a mystery at the moment, but I just wanted to show you what I've found. Right, I'll put the torch in there, and then when I hit it, I don't know if you can see that. Basically, what I'm looking at here, which you might not be able to see on the camera, is, can you just see that? Rippling. That whole light fitting is full of water. There's the problem. Just spilt a load of it on the floor. Can you see that? Rippling. It's actually just the whole thing. That's how deep in water it was. Up to there, water line. Okay, I'm not going to replace the fitting. I'm going to go to the van and get my heat gun and extension lead, and I'm going to stand there listening to the radio. the camera I use. It's a Coolpix. I just got it off eBay for, I don't know, about 30 quid. I use it for taking stills mainly. I've turned the radio on and it's James O'Brien having a phone in on LBC. I can't stand James O'Brien. He really winds me up. He's a man that I think is full of hate. And he's sycophantic and mealy-mouthed, and I just can't stand him. But I've got him on the radio now. I've hardly ever used this extension lead. I carry it in the van the whole time, and sometimes I wonder why. But it's useful on this occasion because I plugged it into the main flat, and then I've got my heat gun. Just to fill you in on what this dreadful man is now going on about this morning. He's complaining about the billionaires who have pledged 100 million euros to the rebuild of Notre Dame Cathedral. I have to clean the wall plates where my grubby fingers have been. Clean the wall plates. Stick this back up where I was inspecting the transformer. And then we're pretty well done. But I just thought on the way back, I'd stop and show you around a cathedral I haven't been in since I was 13. When I sung in it when I was 13. I came here to sing in Mahler's Third Symphony, I think, or Second Symphony. I don't know them very well, so I'm not sure which it was, the chorus. And it'd just be interesting to go in and see. I keep meaning to get to Evensong here because there's a work at somewhere I work just quite close by to here, which we'll call in on as well, just to check up on the CCTV I've put in and the driveway lights that I put in there. Looks like the West End is open. Do you mind if I film a bit in here? Yeah. Yes, it is. I was wondering who designed this cathedral. Was it Gilbert Scott?
No, it's Edward Morph.
Ah, right. So, because I thought it was Gilbert Scott who designed this.
It was it's neo-Gothic.
And they finished it in the 60s?
Yes.
And they've just done a lot of work on the organ, according to the website.
Yes.
problem is that these driveway lights keep going. Into the stones. That's what they can. Collingwood ground lights and a little gel box on there. And I'll just go round and do this to every single one that needs doing. And then the battery's nearly out on the camera now. So there's some floodlights here that need doing. They need sensors on them. Here I've got a buried submain. I'll just show you the box I put in a few years ago. We've got CCTV up there. You can see it. Camera over there. These are the feeds, the camera feeds into the workstation, and that's about it for here. Just put some new lights up there, but they've got to come on with sensors too. But it's the sensors that need replacing. I don't know how these things work, but they're all tied together with telephone cable. God knows how that's supposed to work. There's one up here which doesn't work. There are also two 300 watts LED floodlights that I put up there. Is one, and there is the other. And there's a sensor over here, another camera there.